What's up? This is the crown jewel of professional wrestling, Jimmy Rave, and you're listening to Talk Impact Radio. And I was ready to walk away from pro wrestling altogether, and then, I was acting like a retard and just told Ring of Honor like I didn't want to be there anymore, and then I went home and I told my agent Bill Behrens that I was done with wrestling, whatnot, and he was like, well, that's too bad because WWE wants you to come and start at Deep South. They want you to come to TV and talk to you about maybe starting in developmental. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, when is that? And he goes, yeah, it's Monday, from 2 weeks from now. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll see what's up. And then like maybe 3 or 4 days later, he goes, well, TNA wants you to start at pay-per-view and the Sunday before you're supposed to go to WWE. And I was like, oh, well, that's weird. I was like, well, what do you think I should do? And he goes, TNA was going to start you on TV, so that's guaranteed TV time and money, so if you want to go do that. So I kind of weighed the options and then, decided, let me try my luck at TNA.
Now, did you regret choosing TNA over going to developmental for WWE?
Not at all, man. Like, dude, no. TNA, really, dude, like, the great thing about TNA is they put me on, man, the time I was there, I was probably on 80% of the house shows. Like, we would get, like, a good bit of TV time. I would say, like, 75% of the time I was there, I was on TV, but then they would give us a ton of house shows, man. I was getting house shows even when Lance wasn't there and stuff like that, and getting to have really fun matches with like the Machine Guns and Jay Lethal and Sanjay and Pete Williams, all my really close friends, and those are the guys I traveled with and roomed with and stuff like that. So like, like we just had awesome times on the road, and like just if I would have been stuck in WWE, I would have been, Deep South closed down while I was in TNA, so that would have sucked. I would have already been out of job, and like, I don't know, like, I'm a little over 6 foot, and, at the time I was probably 200 pounds, so, like, who knows if they would have even done anything with me at the time. It was just one of those things where, like, I felt like I made the right decision, and, got a good 2 years out of it, and, I got to go do the best of the Super Juniors for New Japan in 2008, and that was awesome, and if I hadn't gone to TNA, I wouldn't have been able to do any of that stuff.